Hey everybody, seen a bunch of discussion in the Facebook groups lately about how to build these Boscoyo 6-foot arch frames and the attendant arches, whether it's a single, double, or a triple. Many ways to do it. This is just one. This one worked for me, built 3 or 4 of these, and I think they look pretty good. So to get started, we're going to want some stainless steel sheet metal screws, a couple of those, Schedule 40 PVC tees, 1/2 inch, a length of 1/2 inch PVC Schedule 40 pipe, some zip ties, pencil, very important. Some wire cutters will be nice. And a length each of EMT conduit, 1/2 inch, and 1/2 inch Schedule 40 pipe. These are both standard 10-foot lengths. Gloves, you're going to need those because of that hottie thing right there and the spinny thing later on. That's all we need to get started, so let's go. Now I'm lining up these parts as we lay them out to that back corner of the plywood workbench I've got set up here, and making sure that both the ends of the arch are lined up on the same line on the edge of the workspace there. I'm using little pinchy bits here to keep everything stable because my next move is going to be make sure everything is copacetic, exactly the way I want to build it, and I'm going to use that pencil to trace out the outer arch so I know kind of how big the part is all the way around. And as I go, I'm making sure the parts are securely fastened to the table so they don't move around because I want them later on to show up where they belong. And the pencil we're using now to mark out each of the zip tie anchor points that are cut into the Coro. Later on, when we move the pipe into position, we're going to want that pipe to fit exactly between each one of those zip tie pair points. So I'm going to mark all of them off there because I'm going to use them for reference a little bit later. All right, that's done. Let's clean this mess up. You know, take your time. Now we need that extra length of PVC and the T. Now we're pointing to that corner right there because that's our starting point. We want to get that first corner secured over to the edge, and I'm using the extra length of PVC pipe here to act as an extra anchor point because we're going to put a little torque on that PVC T in a minute, and I want to make sure that it doesn't move out of position or out of alignment when I'm doing that work later. I found if I didn't secure this, it moved all over the place and it made it really hard to get the pipe aligned to where it belonged. Now it's time for the gloves and the hottie bit, and we're going to warm up the pipe. You could probably do this with a hairdryer. You really don't need a 1500-degree heat gun. And notice that I'm warming up each section of the pipe about 12 to 18 inches at a time, 20 to 30 centimeters or so. Not doing the math here, but you get the idea. We're just warming the pipe up. You can see it gets quite a bit more flexible as we warm it up. And we're not trying to melt the pipe. We're just trying to soften it a little bit. Once it softens and we move it around and get it into the position and the shape that we like, and once it cools off, it's going to become rigid again and everything's going to be hunky-dory. So at each stage, I'm just warming up the 12 to 18 inch section, bending it roughly to where it goes. And you can see how rubbery it gets as we warm the pipe up. You could use water to heat these up, but I found the hairdryer or a heat gun works just fine. Now this process takes a while. Obviously I've sped the camera up quite a bit. But as you can see, as I go through the process of bending it into position, I'm aligning it up exactly with those zip tie mount points as I've marked them out on the workspace. Bonus, I could be doing this on the floor. I could have done this with chalk instead of a pencil. I could have done it on the concrete floor. Wouldn't have been a problem. A little tougher to get the piece of chalk into the zip tie holes, but I'm sure you'll figure a way. Now, as you see, I come around to the end there. We got a little bit hanging. Got a little bit extra pipe over there we're going to need to deal with on the left-hand side. For that, we're going to need that hacksaw. And another T. Marker helps too. And definitely the gloves. Don't hurt yourself. So we're marking off exactly how far into the pipe we've got to cut to get it exactly to length. Securing it. Using the magic hacksaw to take 2 slices and boom. Look at that. Magic. So you should have a piece left over about that long when you're done here. If you're using the entire 10-foot length of Schedule 40 PVC pipe to build this arch, I can tell you right now, it will not match up properly with the dimensions of the prop. Pi times diameter is your friend. Now we're going to secure this end, unsecure the other side. We don't need that extra length of PVC anymore, so we'll discard it. Put the T into place. Now you may notice I am not gluing these parts into place. It's unnecessary to glue the parts into place the way that I'm doing this because we're not going to have internal tension on the part that might try to pull it apart as it's resting. Important part now is to get that EMT cut to exactly the correct length. We don't want the EMT pipe protruding too far into the PVC T. We just want it to occupy that center post and not go into the main body of the T. So we're going to line it up exactly where we need to, mark it on both sides. So we have a reference point there, and then we're just going to use our magic hacksaw one more time after we secure the pipe and cut it to length. Bob's your uncle. Very important that we deburr this EMT. I do not want to cut my hands while I am attempting to maintain or assemble this prop later. Just a little file took care of that. Now we're going to insert the EMT, make sure that it goes all the way in. We don't have any problems there. We're going to secure that T one more time because we're about to drill a hole or two. We don't want the parts moving around while we're drilling. What are we doing with this piece of paper? Well, we're making a shim. Problem with the EMT and the PVC connection is that the EMT conduit is much thinner and smaller than the PVC is. So when we insert the EMT into the center post of the T, it will by nature want to lay down off center, and that's not going to work. We need to drill a hole that goes right through the center of both the center post on the T and the center of the EMT conduit. So using that piece of paper, cut about 3/4 of an inch to an inch wide, standard about 8-9 inches long, and we're just going to fold it up until it makes that T rest centered with the EMT conduit. Everything's hunky-dory. So now we can drill right through the center. Otherwise, what we'll end up with is an off-center piece of EMT conduit, and it'll be impossible to get a hole drilled because the drill bit will want to walk all over the place. Much easier if we center it in the post. Now that we got the hole drilled, we take that stainless steel sheet metal screw and we're going to drill it up from the bottom. We're drilling it up from the bottom because if we drill it in from the side, it will interfere with the assembly of the prop later. It will make it much harder for you to get your nodes inserted in your wiring, and it could potentially leave the pointy bit of the screw hanging out there, which will rub against your wiring. We don't want to do that. Same operation on the other side. Cut another shim, drop it into place, drill the hole, drive the screw home. Now the frame itself is essentially assembled. At least the skeleton is. Now it's time to put the rest of the pieces together. For that, we're going to need the pieces, the cutters, some zip ties. And you see I've got the drill out here with the drill bits, as I might have mentioned earlier. Sometimes they don't finish off the zip tie holes when they're routing out the Coro. So I'm just using the little drill bit to make sure the holes are punched through. And in this process here, I'm pre-threading all the zip ties. It's going to be a lot easier to assemble this later if the zip ties are already in place. Now it's just a matter of placing the Coro back down exactly in the place that we marked off earlier. If you're careful, you can see the first and last pieces of Coro are going to be lined up, the edges, precisely with the center point of the EMT conduit, which should be driving right through the center of the PVC T. This is where you want these pieces. And bam, once you've secured the zip ties, insert your nodes in your wiring and you're done. And notice how it sits up off the ground. The Coro itself is up off the ground about a 1/2 inch. That allows you to secure the Coro to the EMT using the zip tie holes and keep the prop up off the ground. It makes for easier maintenance, easier assembly. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this helps you with your assembly. Like I said, there's many different ways to conduct this build. This is the one I found for myself, has a few different advantages. There are no stress points in the prop. The conduit is rigid all the way around. All that melting and cooling is not really a problem for the PVC. And these props look absolutely fantastic in the show. Hope you enjoyed. Take care.